Okay, so we're gonna just start off. I want you guys to look through your notes, okay? We're gonna do like a kind of like a check-in for the last like 3 chapters, because we didn't get to really talk about chapter 5, chapter 6, and chapter 7. So we want to make sure we're all on the same page. Why? Because then we're going to talk about then you're going to jump in and do your freeze frame. Okay, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of you in this class. So we'll have one group with 4 people in there and another group with 3 people in there. Okay, for your freeze frame. The group that has 3, you guys might have to be way more creative because you are missing a person. Okay, so we'll get to that in just a bit. So we'll just start off with this. So we'll start off with the first question. I'll just put it in the chat so everybody can see it. Okay, so let's go ahead. This first question is in chapter 5. Who says, what are we, humans or animals? Okay, so who says it and then why? Why does this need to be asked in the first place? Okay, so just go ahead and look through your notes. If you need to go look through chapter 5, go ahead and do that. Then we'll get started with, excuse me, the first question. Oh, I hate sneezing in school. It's so shame. Ugh. Oh my gosh. You know, in my other class, somebody sneezed at home and I was like so jealous. You know, because it's so gross to have to sneeze into your own mask. That's why I don't use face shields, because it would be even worse. Okay. Anyway, so Uakera, if you want to sneeze, have at it. I mean, we're just going to be jealous in this classroom. Okay, so go ahead and find that. You might want to take some notes as well, because this might help you with today. And it's the freeze frame. Who's in Hilo? Malia, you in Hilo, yeah? Lele, you in Hilo? Lele's not in Hilo. Is it raining in Hilo? Malia, where do you live? Up in Kaumana?
In Mountain View, it's raining over here though.
Oh, well, you're just up the road from us, so obviously it's raining. It's raining cats and dogs over here. We're swimming from class to class. Lele, where are you? Aren't you like Hamakua or no? Yeah. And is it raining over there or is it sunny?
No, it's not raining, but it's not sunny, and I live in Pepicale.
Oh. Okay. Because I gotta figure out if I have to cancel my paddling session this afternoon. All right, how are we doing? Okay, so who's ready to answer this question? Kamakani, you go ahead and get on. Does anybody know? It's really confusing because when you look through the dialogue, right? Okay, so Malie, go ahead and help us out here.
Piggy, I'm pretty sure Piggy says it, right? But I think he was saying it, I don't know the real reason he was saying it, but he says something about how they first started hunting for pigs and then letting fires out, and then now they're talking about ghosts, I think.
Dang it. Okay, so, right, this is the whole thing, right? We have Piggy, who's the voice of reason, right? I think we all have identified him as the voice of reason. You might want to write that down, right? He's the voice of reason. And he's saying basically like, wait a minute, right? We are human beings. We can think this through. Never mind playing around. Let's just pull it together, right? I'm sure we've all been told that at some point in our lives to pull it together. Okay, so I don't know. Maybe some of you guys were born pulled together already, holding it all together. But these boys clearly are derailing. Okay, so what do we have here, right? We have Piggy going kind of like nuts. He's trying to set the standard again. He's trying to establish the expectations of these boys. Did it help? No. Too bad. Really too bad. Okay, very good. Next one. This is like a treasure hunt. It's like Easter all over again. Okay, you guys got to go find it. And then, I don't know. Did anybody get the golden egg yesterday? You did? Oh, lucky. My golden egg had a $50 bill in it. Okay. Next question. Who is Simon? What does he represent? Okay. And what does he mean when he says, what I mean is maybe it's only us. Da 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 da. Yes, Tehani, go ahead.
So you know how you said that Piggy is the voice of reason? Simon is kind of like the voice of observation because he spends a lot of time observing his surroundings and stuff. And then he's kind of reasonable too. Like he's thinking, he like takes a step back and he's like, what if it is what we're scared of is ourselves? You know what I mean?
Wow. Okay. So take some notes on this, right? He is basically going back and forth, right? Page 89. He is going back and forth, right? In fact, let's go down to page 88 and I'm just going to read some of this to you for story time. Nobody fall asleep, especially Malia. She wants to take a nap already. Okay, so it says at the bottom of 88, right? He could see a whiteness in the gloom near him. So he grabbed it from Maurice and blew it as loudly as he could. The assembly was shocked into silence. Simon was close to him. Laying his hand on the conch, Simon felt a perilous necessity to speak. But to speak in assembly was a terrible thing to him, right? So we know, is Simon an introvert or an extrovert? Right? He's an introvert, right? Do we have any introverts in this classroom? They wouldn't raise their hand if, no, just joking. Actually, right. I mean, we have, I think a couple introverts in this classroom, and introverts don't understand extroverts, and extroverts really don't understand introverts because it's like, why? Just be okay. But it's really stressful to be an introvert. Yeah, very interesting. Where I think the silence for extroverts is stressful, right? There's like this binary, right? Okay, so what do we have here? We have Simon, right? He is totally introverted, but he has something to say. Look at the top of page 89, right? He says, maybe, he said hesitantly, maybe there is a beast, right? So now he's like confirming, oh, there's a beast. And then the assembly like went up in an uproar, right? What, Simon, you believe this? And, they're just like now arguing, bantering back and forth, right? Shut up, sit down, right? Because they're boys, right? That's what they do, I guess, on this island. And then finally he says, what I mean is maybe it's only us, right? Which is pretty profound for a young man to say that, right? So what does that mean, right? Tehani kind of touched on that. Can anybody add to this? Kaike, can you? Lele? I'm phoning all kinds of friends.
I'm sorry, add on to
Add on
Phoning
to,
all kinds of friends.
oh, wow.
what? I'm sorry.
When Simon says, no pun intended. When Simon says, what I mean is, maybe it's only us.
I guess he's talking about the inner evils of man. Man's own fears, and they're kind of giving in to their own desires and such.
Beautiful. Is this true? Perhaps. Right, perhaps. And that's what Simon is, right? He is that deep thinker, maybe borderline hippie, maybe a wanderer, right? An optimist. Love that, Kamakani. Maybe Simon is not a bowl of noodles, but that was really lame. Simon is maybe in some ways who we want to be, right? Very observant, kind-hearted, right? Always taking care of the little ones. Speaks kindly about things, right? So anyway, that's Simon. I love Simon, especially the spicy kind. Okay, let's move on. I'm on a roll. Make like butter. Okay, so the next question is this. We're moving on. What is happening with Percival in chapter 5? Okay, so he pops up in the beginning of the chapter. We have Percival. He's depicted as a crybaby. We know he's a little one. What's going on with Percival on page 94? Anybody? Yeah. What? In here? Oh. Yeah, that's his address. No, he's saying Percival Wemmings Madison of Vicarage, Harcourt, St. Anthony, right? And if you look, he's saying lying in the long grass, was living through circumstances in which the incantation of his address was powerless to help him. Right, so that's where he lives. If somebody were to say that. So what is he doing? What's an incantation? Did you guys look it up already? Okay, what's an incantation?
It's a chant or
Yeah, chanting.
right? So this poor child is having a breakdown. And if you've ever seen a little kid, or remember when you did this, right? When you're little and you got scoldings and you could only say why and cry, right? Let's all do it. Why? Why? Right? And then Hanabata is coming out of your nose, right? And you ugly cry, and all you can say is why. Well, Percival is repeating his address, right? Why, Lele? Tell us why. Tell me why.
Because he's going crazy. Because he's so scared. So, you know, he's just messed up. So he keeps repeating his address. Because he wants to go home.
Right. Would you repeat your address? Okay, McKenna, go ahead and add in.
I think he repeats his address. The memory of his home is valuable, and the boys, they start to forget it, and so he tries to hold on to that, to have that one piece of home left.
Oh man, can you guys think of something that you would have said if you were Percival? What would you have said? In the chat, go ahead. I'm going to put mine in there. That's what I would have said. What would you have said? What would your incantation say? Oh, breathe. Yep. Oh, nice. Yep, a prayer. Names of our family. Oh, mom's name. Yes, a family favorite song. That's for sure. Wow. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. Good. Okay, in the chat, there's your next question. I'll give you guys about a minute to go through and just read the second chapter. It's a pretty long chapter, but I want you guys to just kind of figure out what's going on here. I also want you guys to identify, it's like a prose poem, the descriptions and things. Okay, does anybody know what lands on the island? Hmm? Mm-hmm. Okay, so in class, Grace said that it's a man, right? Oh my gosh, every time I see this word, I just want to sing, you know that song, I'll be your parachute. Paula Fuga? No? Nobody? Yeah, okay. Well, Kia's like, I have no idea. That was so off. I couldn't even understand what the song was. Okay, so it says in that second paragraph, right? A sliver of moon, sorry, a sliver of moon rolls over the horizon. That alone, you can see the descriptions pop up in your head. Hardly large enough to make a path of light, even when it's sat right down on the water, right? Skip a couple of lines, and then it says right there, though not even a faint popping came down from the battle fought at 10 miles above, right? 10 miles ahead. But a sign came down from the world of grown-ups, though at the time there was no child awake to read it, right? And we know that that is William Golding's attempt to remind us that World War II is still going on in the Pacific, right? It's the reason why the boys are stuck on this island, because they were accidentally shot down, right? And now we have a person flying down in a parachute down to the island, right? You guys drew your parachute? Do you guys, there's my parachute right there. Anybody have a parachutist in their notes? Oh, they're cute. I was like, oh, not bad. And then I see Lele's. I'm like, never mind. Okay, so don't forget the parachute in your notes, because he's really important, apparently, right? Okay. Right, so obviously the war is still going on. And now we have a man that floated down. Okay, next question. Here we go. Right, right. McKenna was saying how this paragraph sounds like one of Simon's observations, and it's totally true. Like it becomes like this like beautiful poem, and you can like be one with nature, right? He is our nature person. He goes and wanders by himself. Okay, next question. We have one more question after this and we're done with the review. So in chapter 6, there is a power struggle that emerges. Okay, so go ahead and flip through your notes and let's see if we can identify who are the two people and the two sides, and what do they want? Yes, Lele.
I think that the two sides are like Ralph and Piggy versus Jack and his choir, or the hunters. And one of them wants to do responsible things and get rescued, while the other wants to have fun.
Okay, very good. There's some moments in this chapter where Jack is almost manipulating the situation, right? Does anybody remember one example of him trying to manipulate the situation? Yes, McKenna.
I don't know if it's like manipulating, but I remember the emotions the boys had was mainly fear, and Jack would use that fear to fuel his power he had over his choir and the boys, which kind of scared Ralph a little bit, because he felt like he was worried about what the other boys thought of him not being able to stand up to Jack, and which kind of like varies his way of knowing how to lead the group properly, kind of.
My goodness, if you could get an A today would be your day. So what we have here is incredible, right? And almost like a life lesson, right? Watch how people use fear, right, to try and control the situation. Watch how leaders use fear, right? Is that a good mode of a good way to lead? I don't think so. Okay. Um, why why would someone do things out of fear when they could do it out of love? You know what I mean? Like you don't have to go there. There's enough fear in the world. Like we can do things because we want to do something for our fellow humans, not because we fear them, right? And so you guys who are future leaders of something one day, right? Remember that. I mean, Jack tells Ralph at one point, "You're not scared, aren't you?" Right? And it pins Ralph in a position where he has to play Jack's game, and that's not good, right? He has to play into this machismo, I'm not scared, so that he can maintain his leadership, right? And that was a dirty trick, right? You're not scared, are you? And then he's like, wait a minute, I went first when we went to Castle Rock, by the way, buddy, right? Like, back up. Who's the chicken, really? But Jack does that really strategically, right? Does that make him a good leader? I hope you know what the answer is. Okay, very good. In speaking more about number 5, okay, and the relationship with leaders of qualities of a leader, okay, just think about it just for a bit, right? They're kind of in this somewhat chaotic state right now because they have this fear running rampant now, right, with the beastie. Just notice how Jack responds in this situation versus Ralph, right? And also, just in general, you'll see people's true self come out when there's moments of stress, chaos, right? Intensity, right? You'll see people's true self come out. Are you going to be like every man for himself? Or are you going to be like, okay, how can we all get out of this, right? There's a big difference with that approach. Okay, and the last question I have for you guys will be this. Okay, we're going to go to chapter 7. Okay, and okay, here you go. Go ahead and find it. At the end of chapter 7, what do the kids find at the top of the mountain? And what's going to happen next as a result? Okay, Lele. All right, go ahead and tell the class, Lele, what is it that they think they saw?
Beast.
Mm-hmm. More specifically, what is it described as? Page 123.
At the very end, they describe it as the thing that bowed, or bowed, but yeah, it's the parachuter, but they misinterpret it as the beast.
Right. Right. It says they discovered the great ape. Right. Quite interesting. So let's make some predictions. now that the older boys, right, Jack, Ralph, yeah, now that they have seen it for themselves, right, and they think they saw the beast, what's going to happen next? Kamakani, can you get on and give your prediction to the class?
I think they're gonna get scared and then they're all gonna run down except for Jack is gonna hunting party and he's gonna wanna fight them and have fun.
Okay, I think he said they're gonna all run down the mountain except for Jack. Okay, all right. What else? Anybody else have a different prediction? What happens now that the older boys can confirm this? Now what?
You're gonna want to kill it.
Right. Let's go kill this thing. Right. Okay, and Lele just mentioned that now the boys are going to actually live in fear because the boys have now confirmed that this beast actually exists. Okay. Alrighty, very good. I wanted to just do kind of a review since we really didn't we're not really talking about the book too much, but this is really important to try to get our bearings straight in the rest of the book because this next assignment for your reading assignment, what you're gonna have to do is there's gonna be our first death, like real death, okay? The boy with the mulberry birthmark, he is missing. So we don't know for sure if he's dead or not. So we can't say that he is, but in the next couple of chapters, we're gonna read about the first death on the island. Okay, so just heads up. So you're gonna be reading chapters 8 and 9 this week. Okay, so let's move on to our freeze frame. All righty. So we're gonna just try and do we're gonna level up on our freeze frames. Okay, so I expect everybody to have some kind of virtual background. Okay, people at home, I would hope you'd grab some kind of prop. Okay, you're gonna have about 20-25 minutes to work on this. All right, so I'm gonna have the youngest person in the group make this chart. Okay, and you're gonna just share it with everyone. Everyone in the group can edit. All right, so let me just make the groups first so that you guys can get in there. And then we'll get started. Perfect. Okay, so what we have here is we have, I'm gonna share my screen so I can just talk to you guys about it and then I'll just let you guys go. Okay, so what we have here is we have a create a freeze frame that tells how a lesson from Hala'i Hills can help the boys on the island. Okay, so what you guys are gonna do is, you know, your other worksheet from last week, right? The other worksheet with Hala'i Hills. You can use those lessons and your train of thought to help fill in this this chart as a group. Okay, it's going to be one worksheet per group. Okay, so you put all your members' names down here. What I'm looking for today is specific quotes that talk about maybe the mishaps of chapter 6 and 7. Okay, and how that Mo'olelo, how the lessons from the Mo'olelo apply to chapter 6 and 7. So on the right hand side, you're going to explain how the lessons of Hina Ikeahi and Hina Ulu Ua. I swear she's here today because the rain is massive. Anyway, how that could help the boys. So down below, you have to create a plan for your freeze frame. So this is just brainstorming. And then explain exactly what each person is going to do in their freeze frame. You're going to drop the picture in here and then explain the freeze frame Okay, everybody good on that? Okay, so the youngest person, you will be now asked to step up. Okay, make the copy. Just drop it into the chat. Okay, go ahead. 20 minutes, 25, we'll just do 20 minutes first. We'll see how long 20 minutes takes us. Because I want to give you guys some time to do some work in class today.
What do you guys want to do?
I have a lot about like jealousy and stuff, and I hooked it up to Ralph being kind of envious of, I mean, Jack being envious of Ralph because of his power of the chief.
Mm-hmm. That was like my first thing in the other worksheet.
And then I think I also have Ralph being hooked up to, or not hooked up, like connected to being like a good chief and discussing more than just ordering. I guess, I don't know, from the podcast and stuff and the story.
Yeah. For for the jealousy, I just said that Hinakulu was jealous of her sister, even though she's a wonderful ruler, and like jealousy can overpower love at times. So that's like how, even though you know how like in the beginning, Jack and Ralph used to be like they got into a little argument and then they're like, oh, we're friends, so it's fine. But it's getting like more and more intense now. So the jealousy definitely overrides love or friendship in this case.
Yeah, you can write that one down then, and then I'll try to find another one.
Okay. Okay. Are we doing multiple freeze frames? Or okay. Okay, does anyone have any other ideas or lessons from Mo'olelo?
I got one that's kind of like your guys's, like um how Jack and Piggy started off as close friends be because they were being themselves and they accepted who they were, and then throughout the story they progressively changed who they were trying to be, and then that made it so they didn't really trust each other and accept who they were at the time.
I also have another one. It's like we talked about it in class. When bad things happen, you have to do something about it. So, that's like Ralph is like the only one who's like, well, don't you guys want to be rescued? And Jack is like, no, but we're hunters, blah, blah, blah. And then he's the only one that's like, well, we have to do something. Like, we have to light the fire for people to see, like, for people to find us. So, yeah.
Do we have to connect it all together, like all three lessons?
No, you don't have to connect it all together. You can just pick one that's that you guys can portray.
Okay.
Okay, that would be fine. If you want, if you can try to link like 2 lessons in, that would be kind of cool too. But see how you do it. You might be able to.
I have like something in mind for a different lesson. It's just like, you know, yeah, I'm not sure. Let's call it to. Do you know how to do a virtual background?
Yeah, go to you see on the lower left where it says stop video or whatever, it says video camera or whatever. There's an arrow. So if you look at the arrow, click on the arrow, it says choose virtual background or choose filter. Can you guys use it? Does it work? Like I can
How do you do it? I'm sorry.
go to, you see where it says there's a
It's
camera
with
lower,
by-
and then there's an arrow right by the camera. So if you click on that, then this like menu pops up. Do you see it?
Yeah.
And then does it say choose virtual background?
Yeah, but there's not many. There's like 4. Do I have to add?
Yeah, so you can go to Google and just put like find a background or something like that, and you can drop it into onto your desktop and then put it onto this.
Just drag it in?
Yeah. 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 Oh my gosh, the filter, there's a pig. Look. Do you guys? Oh. Oh my gosh. I gotta go into the other room. Look at this. I'm a pig. Oh my gosh. You guys, look.
Oh.
Look. Do you guys have this? Lele, you don't have to cover your mouth. I know you're laughing over there. Okay, so do you guys have filters? Can you use it? Don't forget to change your names, yeah? My name is Miss Piggy to you. Hello. My ears flop around. This is so cool. Okay, don't forget to choose your virtual background. Malie, you're just jealous. Look at, oh, nice.
My virtual background doesn't work.
Why?
I don't know. I think I need to update it.
Yeah, probably. Oh my gosh, look, where is that one? I'm in the choir. I'm in the choir. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. Where's Simon? Simon's got to be like this. My name is Simon. Oh. Oh. Oh, what's that? Ooh, can be a beastie. Oh, look. Well, this is fun. Oh, really? Oh, you know what you can do is move. Like just go like, because one of the girls had to move around to find to make the virtual background work. I think that might work. Oh my gosh, now I'm in the TV. You can do breaking news in this like TV box. Look. Oh, you know what? I think do you have the green screen on? Yeah, you gotta take the green screen off and then just upload a background to your, do you know how to do that? You gotta update then. Okay, do your best. Live your best life. Look at that. That is awesome. Oh my gosh. Oh, party.
Don't the hunters use hats like this? Okay. Okay. Lele and Malia have shells. Lele has like a real.
You're gonna be Ralph then. You have a bigger one. Okay.
Okay. And Jack. Oh yeah.
Okay, maybe somebody else could take the picture. Okay, wait. Okay, wait. There, try.
Hey guys, I'm Piggy. Wait, I need a virtual background.
Oh, what do you? Okay.
Because our scene right now is that
Oh,
Ralph and
no.
Jack are arguing.
Oh, like that? No. What about that? They're in the mountains. There. Maybe that's better. Okay, so who's taking the picture?
Oh wait, I'll be like this guy. I'll be like agreeing with Ralph.
There. Try get in. Can you get closer to be the pig? There. Okay.
I don't.
Somebody has to take the picture.
Okay. Can you?
Yeah, I can do it. Okay, ready? One, two, three.
Mm,
Okay, then it.
good. Okay, perfect. See, we can
And then,
share.
like you can add like
Mm.
text like bubbles.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Kaike is melting into the forest.
So for the text, what exactly should I put? Or do you want me to send it to you? Did you have something in mind? Okay.
I think you can just like add like maybe when they're like too scared or something, or like we should go hunting, and then Ralph is like, no, we should protect them. Da, 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 da. And then Ralph will be like, yeah, listen to Ralph.
Okay.
Something like that. Yeah. Okay, what did you put in the text box? Like, what were they arguing about?
Ralph is saying they need to light the fire, and Jack is saying that they need to hunt. Oh, okay. Yeah, and Piggy's agreeing with Ralph.
Kaike, you don't have to answer those questions. We already answered them.
Okay, I just figured you wanted it written down on paper. 'Cause you had the questions over there.
Oh,
Sorry.
not all good. Virtual paper, also known as a Word doc. Thank you, though. Alrighty, let's go ahead and share out what we have here for our freeze frames. Very adorable. Okay, so don't forget to put the link, and then don't forget the actual freeze frame, and then the explanation of your freeze frame. Okay, so we'll just have Grace McKenna's group go first to explain what you guys are doing, and then we'll have the other group share out. Go ahead.
Okay, so our plan was to showcase Jack and Ralph arguing with Piggy's help, like backup for Ralph, about not needing to light the fire on the mountain, but to hunt and provide food for the boys, when this is just another excuse for Jack to once again not take responsibility for his leadership for the boys, but also just hunt for fun. Okay, so for our group, we wanted to portray how Ralph's leadership is influential in a positive way toward the rest of the boys, because they like how he leads them and they support him. But Jack is the only exception, because he's jealous of Ralph and he thinks that things should be done a different way. So we showed that Simon and Piggy are like Ralph's biggest supporters, and then Jack is his like rival. So that's what we put in our freeze frame.
Wonderful. Wow, so much better than last time. So those of you guys who need to update your Zoom so that you can do the virtual backgrounds, go ahead and do that, yeah, tonight or something. Alrighty, so basically, I'm just gonna go over what you have for cohort B, and we'll get to that right now. So if you guys go into this week's modules, so we did the freeze frame, you're good to go on that. This week, what you're gonna do is play a little bit more. Okay, so we're gonna be doing, if you guys can check, we're doing chapters 8 and 9, right, for our reading for this week. So with that, you guys are gonna create a breaking news report, and you guys are gonna be the reporters. So you're gonna dress up as a reporter, your reporter outfit, and then you're gonna go on assignment to report the breaking news. So I'd like you guys to dress up, be in character of a reporter. So if you need to check out Guy Hoggy's, here's the best memes. Anyway, go on location. So if you guys have like the jungle or like the outdoors in your, have some fun with that. You might even be able to use some of your filters to help you. So you can use your TikTok or whatever filters you have for your social media to create those videos. And I want you guys to use at least 3 Membine words. So this week when you guys are reading, don't forget, like you're still taking notes, but maybe what you can do is add some of those Membean words to your notes so you know exactly what you're going to be talking about and how you're going to be using the Membean words to report live, okay? This is breaking news, so make sure you get all those phrases of breaking news, right? You hear it first, okay? So there's that. Once we're done with that, you're gonna post your video onto the discussion board, and then you're gonna comment on 2 other students' posts. Pretending, right? And you're doing this as a video. So the response is a video, it's not typed out. The response is going to be you pretending to be a witness. So you have to also relate yourself to somebody else's video, right? And you can pretend to be whomever you want to be. Okay, all good? That's all you really have for this week. So tonight, what I would suggest you guys doing is do your Membean so you have the list of words already. And then tomorrow, basically, we're going to just read like crazy. And then some of you guys, because this week is mid-quarters, whatever you're missing, okay, I need you guys to do that this week. Okay, it's mid-quarters already, it's crazy. Okay, good to go? Yeah, but basically, if you finish your Membean tonight, then tomorrow is just a day of reading and taking notes. Okay, so if you play this right, you really have a pretty light load for this week. Okay. I need you guys to check your email because we might just check in and then log into, I want you guys to watch the George Helm video. It's like a short time because I want to use his story, right? George Helm. Do you guys know who he is? I hope you guys do. Oh, you are? Okay. Not everybody though, right? Not everybody. So if we don't attend it, then that means some of you guys won't get that. So I'm gonna see about that. So just, can you keep an eye on your emails, okay? Because I want everybody to watch it because then we can fold it into Lord of the Flies. Okay, what would George Helm do if he was on the island, right? He would definitely make things happen. Okay, I guess that's it for today. What is it? What time is it right now? It is 12:54. This period usually ends at 1:10. So you have a good solid 15 minutes to get one of your Membeans done right now, okay? All right, guys, I'll see you guys later. Start reading up as well. Okay, bye, take care.